The time is now. Join the Wheeling Miners on July 6th as they take on the Peach State Cats for the AAL2 Championship Bowl. Be a part of history as the Miners look to finish off their undefeated season at WesBanco Arena. One more game is all it takes. Miners.
Whoa, I messed up because this is not through the wire. Let's get the actual intro here. We'll be back. Here we go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a special edition of Inside the Walls podcast. Alongside me is one of my co-hosts, partners in crime. Matt's not going to be with us today because he's having some family stuff. So keep Matt and his family in your prayers. But yeah, we're here in Wheeling, West Virginia, WesBanco Arena for the championship of the future NAL member of the Wheeling Miners. Jeff, we have a special guest. Your partner in crime here, color commentator. Describe this dude and let's get him on the show because I know he's just like he's standing right in front of us and we have a camera for that. So yeah. But yeah, we're previewing the championship game. This is just Wheeling Miner Pacific basically. We're going to try to get Grant Russell on here and Mason, who are the two players of the year for the organization, and get ready for the championship game here tonight at 7 o'clock. This is a Inside the Walls podcast exclusive. Hopefully everyone is enjoying their day here in the NAL community, future organization. But they got a title game to play. So send comments, Wheeling fans, people in the NAL anymore, because this is the future organization of our league. And trust me, they're well run. And JB does a great job. And he has a great crew. So no further ado, introduce our guest.
So when we said we were going to do a show tonight, we had to get this gentleman here. He's done a championship game here before. He's also the PA announcer for the Wheeling Nailers. So I'd like to introduce my good friend and play-by-play, Chris Thoburn.
Thank you, Jeff. Thanks for having me, man. It's all business here, as you guys can tell. Anytime there's a championship here, Jeff, you and I have been waiting a long time for this, man. We go all the way back to 2019 when the West Virginia Rough Riders raised the banner here. But tonight it's time for the Wheeling Miners. They're looking to cap off an undefeated season. Like I said, it's just all business here. I'm ready to go.
Well, first off, I know we have championship and win, but what was your feelings when the announcement was made that Wheeling was going to the National Arena League?
I was really excited because last season I started with the Carolina Cobras. Unfortunately, had a family emergency, a family tragedy. I'm not going to get into that, but was not able to finish out the season down there. So got a nice taste, a little appetizer, if you will, of the NAL. And, you know, knowing that this is where this team's headed next year, I couldn't be more excited. I have a lot of friends in that league. Just really looking forward to it.
So you were with Resinala when he was there?
No, I wasn't there when Rez was there, but I was there last season.
Okay. So you were there with Coach Brandon Negrone.
Yeah, Coach Negrone and I, we got to talk a lot. He was always the one that got me the roster, so I always knew who I was announcing out there. So, yeah, Coach Negrone, so much respect for him, so much respect for everybody in the NAL.
Well, can I do a little jab like I always do?
Sure.
He worked for Carolina. He covered Carolina, and they had to go to Jacksonville last year, and Jacksonville, won the game. That was like cutthroat at the very end, wasn't it? As an announcer, you have to break down every single team. Last year, you had West Texas, you had Albany. I think that was their last home game against you guys. But you had familiar faces on that Albany team. Darius Prince is one individual that you covered. How hard is it to cover a sport like indoor football compared to college or any other professional league?
For me, it was just learning the different rules and everything. Learning the game, it was a lot different. But seeing guys that I had in college, I mentioned to you off the air here, talking about Aaron Finch. I had him from day one of his college career. Brandon Munoz was another one from the Jacksonville Sharks. I had him from day one. He was right here at Wheeling University. So it is so cool. And it's such a family out here.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're trying to beat up on each other the entire game. But at the end of the day, you're all competitors, and it's just one big family in arena football. And I couldn't ask for more.
All right, well, I'm going to switch the questions up. We have Jim Nance and Tony Romo. The question is who is Tony Romo and who is Jim Nance?
Jeff, I'm gonna leave that one to you.
I would say obvious. I mean, just because I always do color and he does play-by-play, I would have to take Romo right away. Would be
Well, you called a play the last time. He was like, you're like, I don't know, watch this, watch for the out route, and it was a touchdown.
That's not the first time.
Typical Tony Romo.
That's not the first time that's happened. I caused a timeout in a high school playoff game because I called the play.
Just last year. But that's the problem. You put the visiting broadcast team in the same box as the home coaches. So, yeah.
You're fired.
Maybe put us with our own coaches. I don't know.
Yeah, I called the formation, called what they did. They yelled, they wanted a timeout, and I went, that's kind of coincidence. And then they came out and they faked the same play that I called and ran a different play. I was like, no, they heard me.
Still, if you cost me a timeout, I'd be like,
well, no, it was good because it was the opposing team. So that's what worked out.
Still, I don't care. You cost me a timeout. Well, if you're costing my opponent a timeout,
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Just don't do anything stupid like streaking in the field or something
Right.
like that.
No, I mean, I knew the formation. I watch film just like coaches do. You have to.
Of course, yeah.
To sit down and watch, but I knew they had a certain player on the team that came out and they ran the same formation every time with him, and I just kind of threw it out there. So
you did the Carolina in the NAL. Now you're here in Wheeling, and you have a lot of people don't understand, especially the NAL community, the history that is here in Wheeling with arena football, with the Greyhounds and then the Rough Riders. WesBanco holds about probably 4,000, maybe 5,000 people. You get 3,000 in here, and this place is loud and crazy. From what I'm going to enjoy the experience here. I'm going to compare it because I've been in a couple other arenas around the country. Describe the fan base here that I've told Coach Rez this is just waiting to explode here in Wheeling.
The most loyal fans around. And, I was here for both Greyhounds championship game as a fan. I was trying to talk to my nephew who came to the game with me. He was sitting right next to me. Couldn't even hear. And I was here as the broadcaster for the West Virginia Rough Riders. I'm up in the booth way up there. I still can't even hear myself think. So they're going to be loud. They're going to be crazy. And they're going to be loyal. And I know they're ready to go here. Like I said, 3,000 people in here. It's going to sound a lot like 6,000 or 7,000.
Have you been besides Carolina? Have you been to any other NAL venue? Fayetteville, was that far from?
That was one that I've been to before. I've been down to Jacksonville, but not for an NAL game. So I'm looking forward to, hopefully doing that with the IFL.
Wow.
But
great fan base.
Yes, very loud.
Yes,
which I like.
It's gonna be kind of difficult for me. Both my teams are playing at the same time.
But yeah, I mean, I had been around Albany before, so yeah, man. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be great for not only Wheeling but the entire NAL.
Well, first off, I want to say thank you for letting me borrow your partner here.
Absolutely.
He's like me. He's a Florida State fan, and he's a diehard WWE fan. So he's a win-win. But he also he learns that ticky-tacky stuff, which I have a hard time doing. So he's helping me, and we're growing big time on TikTok. So I want to say good luck tonight, and hopefully we can celebrate the end of the night with a championship because I know Coach Rez is eager to get a title. He has been the coach's show last night. Go watch it through the wire. He was ticked.
Yeah, he was not happy after last night's outcome.
Everyone was taking strays. You're lucky you didn't get one. I think I got one earlier today, like out of nowhere. You got one yesterday.
Yep.
Like he's taking strays at everyone. So good luck tonight. Let's celebrate after the game. We might do a live stream from our cell phones for the championship game through the wire special. But go kick butt.
And I just want to say one thing before I sign off here. I mean, you guys are the best. I was so excited, when I heard Jeff was coming on here, and you guys are just flat out the best. So, folks, if you're listening out there, please support these guys. One of the best in the game. I love listening to you guys each and every week. keep up the great work, and I appreciate all the kind words.
Let's talk about me, not you.
Both of you, everybody involved. Everybody does a great job, and you have a great product, and I just can't wait to see where it goes from here.
Well, here some not really breaking news. I think we're covering you next year. You think so?
I hope so. I hope so. Man, I would welcome it, and hopefully maybe we get down to Jacksonville and get to see you in your homeland down there.
Probably. It's hot there. Well, I checked the temperature is like 97 and 85% humidity.
Yeah.
Up here, it's nice. People say, "Oh, it's hot outside." And that's nothing outside here. I love it up here, the temperature wise. Don't like the winter though. You can keep the winter.
Yeah.
Oh, summertime, yeah. But again, I want to say I appreciate it. Go kick butt tonight. And if he messes up on the play call, I'm for hire. I can join.
Waiting in the wings.
Hey,
in the wings.
Thank you guys so much. Let's go Miners.
Appreciate it. Well, first off, you are the Tony Romo. Go watch 2 weeks ago show, ladies and gentlemen. He called the play like it was like it's going to happen. Here's some inside information. He's at practices, so he I guarantee he knew what play was coming. He's like, yeah, I know what play's coming up here.
Hey, that's the way you got to study it, though. I mean, I'm a student of the game.
True.
I've been around the game a long time. Absolutely love it. That's why I'm glad I can use my talents, my unnecessary talents of arena football for good.
Or how my family says to me, you have a lot of useless knowledge.
That's exactly what my wife tells me.
I was like, it's not useless if I know what it's happening.
But no, I mean, it's the player coming out in me.
Mm-hmm.
It's the broadcaster of doing high school football and everything. I love to watch film. I'll sit down, I'll watch film all day long like I'm coaching the game, just so I can know the ins and the outs. At practice, I'm paying attention to what's going on.
True.
I'm watching formations, I'm watching routes, tendencies, anything that's going on, any little piece I can get out of it and try to make the broadcast better for you, the fans that are watching. So.
Yeah. Well, right now, can you adjust the camera? Let's see if just paying into the field. We got the Peach State Cats right now are warming up. The Miners are still in the back in the locker room. We're here live inside WesBanco Arena, exclusive show here on Inside the Walls podcast of our future expansion franchise of the Wheeling Miners. They will join the National Arena League next season. So the people down in Carolina, me and Jeff have decided that we've already named the bowl to the Golden Shears bowl game between Carolina and Wheeling. So that's going to be an entertaining matchup. But to the Omaha Beef, Sioux City Bandits, Iowa Horsemen, and the Colorado Spartans, this is a good organization. They do it right. You're going to see a good crowd here tonight. This arena is going to be packed, and it's a good fun. Like me and Jeff and Matt, and Coach Rez last time, we took digs.
Yeah.
And the digs was win, lose, and draw. At least we're not playing a championship in the mall. This is a arena, 5,000, put 3,500 in here, and the place is going to be, lit.
So that's my question to you. This is your first time here.
Yes.
I live here
Unfortunately.
No, not unfortunately.
You're a Florida State fan. You live up here.
Yeah. That's a story for another time. But what are your thoughts about being here at WesBanco? Now, a lot of the seating venue is a lot different than it was in the past.
Yeah.
I would say 5 to 6 years. The video board's new and everything. The ribbon boards are fantastic. That's all brand new. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts from an outsider looking in on WesBanco?
It's a small arena.
Yeah. Perfect for arena football.
For the people who live like in Jacksonville, and if you're an Iceman fan, if you ever made the trip to Savannah, then the Savannah Arena, it's about similar size. Mm-hmm. This is an older building. It's been renovated, new jumbotron. The field condition's good. I look at it this way. It's like there are some buildings in all sports that their history, like Fenway Park, like Wrigley Field, you play in those buildings because of the history. This place has been here for how long?
Many, many, many of years.
Since the Greyhounds, right?
Yeah.
So that's 20.
Before that.
20 plus years. So this game, this history, and also we got both MVPs. We got Mr. Hawaii, Grant Russell, and we got Mason. So we'll go with
Mason first. Yep.
Yep. And we'll get these guys in, interview them, and get them ready for the game. So, Jeff, introduce the defensive MVP for your Wheeling Miners.
So, number 20 in your programs, Dante Mason came to us earlier in the season from a different team. Picked him up, and he's played great. Coach Mont said exactly. He said that is the best field corner I've seen as soon as he rolls in, and I believed it right in practice.
Mm-hmm.
He picked Grant Russell off right away. Immediately, QB1, boom, right over the middle, got him. So, I mean, he's shown with getting the Defensive Player of the Year award. He's just fantastic. He's a ball hawk out there. So, without further ado, Dante Mason.
How you doing, everybody? How you doing?
Well, Dante, you're playing in a championship game. You played for 2 organizations this year. First off, how did he come into Wheeling? And don't tell me it was because of Coach Rez. Say something else besides Coach Rez.
Actually, Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They all help. Honestly, give me a blessing.
It's a blessing.
Yes.
Winning the Defensive Player of the Year for the league. You made some highlights throughout the season, and your defense performance in some of these games was a determining factor of Wheeling winning these games. How's preparation each and every week going up against some of these teams? Because some of these teams, you don't know who you're playing until they show up to the arena. You're like, okay, these are the people. How hard is it to prep for teams like Peach State or like New Jersey each and every week?
We got the best athletes, honestly, in my opinion. So the hardest days is at practice.
Mm-hmm.
We go against each other at practice, going crazy. So it makes the games 10 times easier.
All right.
So what you're feeling right now? Like what? I know everybody's like, oh, what are you getting to this point? But what's your feeling right now, standing here right now inside this building, getting ready for a championship game?
I'm at peace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look it. I mean, you look loose. I mean, loose in a good way. You know what I mean? You don't
Yeah.
want to be too tight. You want to be too tense. You look loose in a good way. You look like you're ready to go. You're locked in. You're focused.
Yes, sir. I'm at peace. Just enjoying the moment. Take it in.
Yeah.
Taking all these moments. It's a blessing. So cherish the moments. Go out here, play with each other, make it become champions at the end of the game.
You seem like the player that doesn't get really hyped up. You're like very mellow. And I've played high school football. I played high school football, and one of the quietest players on our team, didn't talk a lot, very calm, was one of the nastiest people on the field. Like the dude was flying around. I'm like, where in the heck is this coming from? And now the field is very humble. I'm like, do you? I could tell because you're chill. But I saw you this season. I'm like, you and
Mace, you want me to tell him the
what
story
clicks?
of 2 weeks
Come on.
ago? You want me to tell him the story of 2 weeks ago?
That's how stay level headed. That's
Yeah.
the best thing.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is clear when you're level headed.
That's true.
Out of anger. So stay level headed, stay mellow. Let the
Still-
game come to you.
Still, I've always said this: quiet DBs, quiet linebackers, don't want to mess with. Ray
No.
Lewis was very quiet in pregame, but when the lights turned on, that's a dude you don't want to mess with.
Yeah.
So just even at practice, you probably go back and forth a little bit. But that's when you get to the games, it's different.
Oh yeah, in games, your job is to beat the crap out of people, no matter what.
Stay mellow. Stay mellow.
Mace, I got one more question for you, and we'll tell the fans about this. What's it like to play against Coach Rez, who time to time gets in there and throws the ball around? Can you please tell the people, coming from a starting defensive back, defensive player of the year at that, what's Coach Rez like in the backfield?
That is crazy. No looks. I'm like, oh man.
He can depth stare somebody.
Oh yeah, he no look pass, like it's ridiculous.
Passes is crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's Coach Resbury. I remember he was like that in Carolina.
Uh-huh.
Like you could tell he's take that somebody, he'll just death stare somebody. I'm like, who is he killing mentally? And you look over there's like, oh, that's Kendrick Kings, or oh, that's Adam Smith. They ran the wrong route.
Coach Raz keeps you on your toes.
Yeah.
He don't let you get complacent.
Well, Dante, I would just say I watched the entire season, and Coach Rez and Jeff, we've been talking with the coaches show all the time. You're 60 minutes away for being champion. And from the attitude I'm getting from Coach Rez, this game might get ugly quick. Are you a player that likes to take care of business in the first half, get it over with, and cruise? Or are you a person or a player that, no matter what the score is, I want to beat them to submission?
No matter what the story is, you want to make somebody tap out.
There you go. Just keep playing.
You got to tap out.
Well, Dante, go get you ready for the rest of your pregame and go get the dub.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you.
So we got another individual. The Wheeling Miner fans are very hostile against him sometimes. When he didn't show up to game 2 weeks ago, he was trending in Wheeling. How dare he go to Hawaii for a honeymoon for a playoff game? No further ado, the AAL MVP, and he's could be one of the better arena football quarterbacks. There's a couple guys, but this is the top 5 guy.
Absolutely.
No further ado is Grant Russell.
How you feeling, brother?
Great, ready to go.
Yeah.
How was Hawaii?
It was wonderful. I mean, anytime with my wife, but one-on-one time like that for an extended period of time is.
This is the last time we get you, and I've been ragging you for a couple of days. 6.5, 7. You ain't saying it?
No comment.
No.
No comment. We're ready to go, man. We're ready to go.
But I also noticed the game, you came up to me and you were like, "Man, these footballs feel different." Well, because they're IFL footballs. What's the difference between a couple of the balls you played this year with this?
I think it's just a little bit heavier, but we had it all week in practice, so I mean, there's no excuses now. First day of practice, coach brought them out, said, "Man, these are different," but had a couple days to get ready for it, and not only me, but the receivers too.
So you've played for the Columbus Destroyers back in the AFL days. Now you're here at Wheeling. Especially Rez has been around the block time to time. You were a part of the Columbus Destroyers when they were struggling. They didn't make a chance. This is your first indoor championship, right? Wow. So you're 60 minutes away of getting a ring. Is it different from a regular game, or are you trying to keep the same level head?
Same level head.
Same level?
We knew from the beginning that we would put ourselves in this position if we did what we needed to do, and it works. It's working for the last 9 weeks. Why change it up?
True. That's perfect.
Yeah. So, you've gotten to hang out this week and do some events and stuff. What's the buzz like around Wheeling for the championship game?
It's incredible. The people in Wheeling, I think that's the best part about me being able to come here and stay a few days and get out in the public and meet the people that come here and see us after the games. Just people are here are very genuine, and I think in Columbus, the difference between Wheeling and Columbus is it's a larger city, and they have a high state.
Right,
that's Buckeye country.
Exactly, it's Buckeye country. So we had a lot of great support in Columbus, but being here, it's a smaller town,
right?
And they love football. So I think and the guys always tell me they go out in public. Somebody asks if they play for the Miners, So just having that support and just being around the people here, it's been amazing. I love it here, and I love the people for sure.
Because you're an hour and a half from Wheeling, so travel is easy for you. Early in this year, it felt like the crowd, the fans weren't really bought into it. Now we're 12 weeks into the season. The community, you could tell the outreach in the community, the organizations reached out credibly to the community. And as a person who's played in Columbus and you've seen the evolution of Wheeling, what's the community mean to you for this organization?
Well, Scott, I mean, it's everything, really. And I think our organization does such a great job from the top to bottom and reaching out to the community and trying to help the community any way that they can. And that's the best thing you can do. If the community's out and about and they see players helping other people in the community out or serving them food, or drinks and things of that matter, they're going to want to come support those people, when they're playing the game. And that's why I think Coach Rez has done a great job with an organization. And that's why we've gotten increasing numbers in our attendance throughout the last few games.
Well, we have our third co-host who's not with us, Matt Patton. He asked you, what's being an MVP feel like to you?
I know I tell you all the time, it's a blessing. I'm just very thankful for everybody in the organization. Not only that, but my family and my wife. I couldn't do any of it without them. So just being able to have the support from everybody, it's just, fortunate. But the job's not done. The MVP doesn't mean anything if we don't get a win tonight.
No. 6.5, 7. Are we still on that number? Vegas, somebody just say.
Nope,
Like
ain't getting it. Nope.
Ain't getting it.
We're feeling good though. We're feeling
Ain't
good.
getting it. So the question I have, if we have listeners here, do you want to try to get Coach Rez on for the final seconds,
Absolutely.
or is he too busy?
Oh no, you can get Rez for a couple
You gotta
seconds.
find him. You got that air tag, right?
Yeah, we had the same thing Wednesday.
He's a guy of many talents and a lot of
I
stuff
tell you
going
what,
on.
we grabbed the right person to grab these two. We grabbed Duffy. He grabbed him. I mean, if you send Duffy to go get Rez, I
Duffy
think
can get anybody you want. That's the owner of the organization.
yeah, that's the play.
That's true. That's
So Grant, go warm up, do your thing. I don't want you to worry about this show. Go win a
fine,
championship.
man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for having me on.
All right. So Grant, if he could do a special, go great Rez for us.
Yeah. Do us a fave. Do us a solid.
Give us a solid, please.
He was over there sitting before. Is he still over there?
I don't think he's
Oh,
standing.
You get Rez. Yeah. He's a little in today. Coach Rez is.
He's been called almost every single rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's been called every single thing from Vanilla Ice to Eminem to Pitbull. I've been with him all day, and he's been getting like, I don't know. He's about to drop his own album.
Yeah.
So to the NAL community, you remember Coach Rez. He coached for the Carolina Cobras. 2-3 championships with Carolina.
So if any of my photographers are listening right now and can hear me, somebody run over there, grab a picture of Coach Rez so I can put it on the album cover. We will release that tomorrow.
Yeah, parental advisory. So if you want to tune into tonight's game, it's on YouTube. I'm going to have to say this is the best production crew for a game. JB and the staff, as JB is watching this, I'm just going to say a lot of people in NAL respect what you guys are doing. And if for me, get an opportunity to cover it and an opportunity to be here and see how everything's set up and all the behind the scenes work. It ain't a joke. So the NAL community, I'm just saying, like, if you have problems with streaming, it's not on their side. They are elite. Honestly, you work for them. You're going to be the color commentator in tonight's game. You're better than other leagues that claim to be the superior leagues broadcast. And you don't have camera angles that you've never seen before in this style, from a rover cam to a sky cam to an end zone cam, down goal line cams.
And here's the thing. Next year, we're getting more. We're adding more cameras.
Are you going to add drones?
That's a possibility. He's got one. He's flown around here a couple times.
Drones would be good.
Yeah.
Be pretty cool.
They're definitely talking about, with the addition of instant replay, because that's not something that we dealt with this
True.
year. With the addition of instant replay, we do want to get goal line cameras straight across the goal line.
And down both sidelines,
Yeah.
probably.
And then being able to do that. The sky cams are fantastic.
Yeah.
That's a great addition. But that rover camera, boy, that gets some good shots. I mean, that's just a great thing. And then we have our usual, fisheye cam of everything going on. You
Right.
can see everything, all that kind of stuff. But everything it's just a great production. They do take a lot of pride in what they do. JB1 Media does a lot of the events and stuff in here in the area. They shoot anywhere from like fireworks to parades to graduations. They do a lot of stuff. So
High school events.
yes, and that's kind of where we paired with JB, was with high school events and doing high school football and things like that. With St. Clairsville. So just a great addition to the minors is that broadcast, because that's one thing that we set out, and Coach Red said that we're in a developmental league, but going where we're wanting to go, you had to have a stream. You had to have everything down, and you wanted, instead of just trying to do it next year, we're already have it set, ready to go for the following season.
Well, this organization, we've said on the coaches show, it's run like an NAL team. It's just not this. Rez came here on the mission. Rez came in here on the plan. In the NAL community, you should know who he is. He's fiery. He won't take as many shots, I think, in the NAL, because it's a more professionally run league by great individuals in Omaha, and Todd Walkenhorst and Ricky Burtz and the name other
But
people.
I think good shots. I think not hurtful, not that anything has been hurtful.
Yeah.
But more playful. Like they know, like they've all coached against each other. Like we've mentioned before with Coach Negron, that is going to be one of the best. I cannot wait for that.
I won't be surprised if that's the first game of the season.
That would be my thought. Would be first game of the season. Let us open, since we are the newer team. Let us open. Let us show you what we have to offer, and let us play Carolina. I think that would be cool.
It's not a far drive. It's only what Coach Rez said, a 5-hour drive north. So there are a group of Greensboro fans, Carolina Cobra fans, that have already made the trip up here for a couple of games this season.
Yeah.
So it's nice that Carolina has, like I say, a dancing partner in the eastern part of the country, because they've had some brutal road trips this season, going to Idaho, going to Omaha and Sioux City. So having someone close with Willing helps with travel. And I think that could be a little rivalry that can brew up to something big.
Yeah.
Because what's not football without a rivalry? And you have a former coach who helped build the Carolina Cobras to, at this point, now here in Willing, building another organization. There's history. So you can go back into college football history, NFL history of former coaches playing and coaching against their former teams, and the hatred and the rivalry that starts from that. I think we might have that here in Willing between you and Carolina.
Absolutely. It's the built-in rivalry. It's already there. I mean, it's one of the greatest things to see that rivalry is already built. I mean, it's already there. The headlines are there. Like everything's. And I got a chance to talk to Coach Negron when they were here for the press conference, and that's one thing he said. It's good for both franchises.
Agreed.
It's a payoff for both. Why not capitalize on that? You know what I mean? So if we can, let's play, 2-3 times a year. I mean, that's one of those things that you want to look at. And, the more you play, the more that rivalry gets. And that'll be good for him too, to go back down into Carolina and bring another team in there. Oh man, that's going to be unbelievable.
Well, and also you got the other game, Matt Patton, the third co-host. Hope everything's going good with you, brother. He wants to make that trip up here. So if you watched the coach's show last night, I think there were a couple shots fired about
just a few.
Willing hosting certain championship game next year and Omaha coming here. So if Ricky heard that, well, now you hear it on this show. So it'll be, honestly, it won't be the first time, because Omaha has played Willing in this building before in a previous league.
Yes.
So was the Greyhounds?
Yes. They were in the NIFL in
they were in the pre-IFL, the league before that, what the IFL is now.
Yes, correct. And then they were in, it was 05 to 07. They were in the same league with the Beef and the Sioux City Bandits as well.
So we got the streak. They also got a streak to defend. If the Willing Miners win the title, they have the third continuous undefeated, suffering a loss. They'll be at 100, and I think it was 143 days, I think is the date for. That's nowhere near Omaha, Matt. I know. I understand.
Guys, listen, we're sorry if we're kind of looking around aimlessly. It's because, one, we're looking for Coach Rez, and two, we were so close to the field, we could probably catch a ball to the face.
We can catch a stray. Yeah. How about this, Coach? Trust me, we've seen that before in a lot of arenas.
Well, I tell you what, let's take a break real quick. We'll go see if we can find Coach Rez. It is getting close to warm up time.
Yes.
So they start warm ups at 6:00. So, like we mentioned, game is 7:00 on YouTube. Wheeling Miners YouTube page. Great production. I'm being a little biased. I'm sorry, but
really.
Catch Chris and I, who was on here in the first part of the show. It's going to be a great night. If the crowd's anything like it was 2 weeks ago in the playoff game, we're in a good spot.
True. But how dare you put yourself up on this show? It's my show, dang it. It's my rules. But yes, he's going to go fetch Coach Rez, and when we come back, we'll have Coach Rez on, talk about tonight's game, about the NAL, and we'll wrap it up so they can get ready for the championship game here, which will be live on YouTube, presented by JB1 Media. Best broadcasting crew in the industry. They literally do good stuff. I'm not saying this because I work with Wheeling. I'm saying this because they're legit are. They're pretty awesome. We'll be back after this for more Inside the Walls podcast. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Inside the Walls podcast. Unfortunately, we didn't get Coach Rez because he's too busy getting ready for the game. But we have an individual that I have so much respect for because he basically brought me up here for the Wheeling Championship. I've been catered to. Much respect to this man. This is the owner of the Wheeling Miners, Chris Duffy. And for the people who live in Jacksonville, absolute bail bond penalty box for the Icemen and the Sharks. So this guy's Duval. Kind of weird how the Wheeling Miners have a strong Duval connection. How you doing, Duffy?
Good, doing good, guys.
I'm just amazed when Coach Red's like, yeah, you heard about our owner? I was like, yeah, he's from Jacksonville. It's like, no, he's not. But first off, thank you for bringing me up here. You got a good thing here.
We do. I'm excited, especially for tonight.
Yeah.
But I'm more excited than anything for next season.
Well, next season, this is Inside the Walls podcast. NAL, so we get an opportunity to coach a show, and now Inside the Walls to cover Wheeling. How did that process work to get the Miners into the National Arena League?
Well, Coach Rez had a vision when we first started, a blueprint, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
You hear this music?
Tell the visitors are on the field.
So, he laid it out originally, so there wasn't any big surprises with the budget. And the budget fits what it is in the NAL, comparable. So we got used to it now. So we basically trained ourselves.
There he is.
Can't stay long. I was just gonna show my face.
No, you're good. You're good.
You're busy. He's been called Eminem, Vanilla Ice, Pitbull all day today.
I would say Vanilla Ice. I would go with that.
So the relationship with Rez began earlier in December, maybe beforehand. Rez, as you know, is his experience in the industry. It's been around 17 some years, played the game. Having him here, people don't understand how much work he does behind scenes. Having him on this organization, how big is it for you to hire him to get him here and reap the benefits, because this is going to be a packed house tonight.
It is 3,000 at least plus. So maybe more, I would hope. But going back to Rez, I met Rez in 2018. He was the OC and Havoc. We won the championship there. And he came on board with me on the beginning of 19 to move to Florence, South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And that he got a better opportunity, just like the players do.
Yeah.
Elevated him up to the NAL, and he took the job with the Cobras. And I basically, as an owner, just look at the budget and say, you pick the players. I'm not in your way.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot of owners get involved in too much stuff, and I see it too much where this music is killing me.
Every time, man. Every time. It doesn't matter.
It's raining tacos.
It's raining tacos.
It's been the tradition.
So,
maybe it's a little dig from missing tacos last night.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah. Also, our third co-host who's not with us, Matt Patton, you'll get to know him as when we cover NAL. He's very passionate about the Omaha beef.
Yep.
Now, I got a Miner, a beef, and I'm neutral because my organization doesn't play in the NAL anymore, but he's asking, how can he get that sick jersey you're wearing?
If he wants to wear it, I'll get him one.
There we go.
Yeah.
He
Hey.
has to wear it online.
Oh, I got to wear it during the show.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, you hear that, Matt? Ooh.
No.
The question is will he wear it or will Ricky not allow it?
That's true. That's a Ricky question going into there. Ooh,
Mad respect for Ricky.
Yeah.
But
That's a nice twist there. I like that.
Yeah, I got Omaha beef gear.
Yeah.
I don't wear it. Well, not on the show, but I do wear it. Don't worry, man. I do wear it. I just don't wear it on the show. I should start doing that, but I didn't want to show favoritism. But now I'm wearing Miner gear. So,
well, Ricky's bringing the NAL to a whole different level. His professionalism. He came in. We had a conversation when we were thinking about going to the NAL, And he just convinced us beyond a reasonable doubt that that's the place to go. And any team out there that is thinking about a good organized league, you guys really need to call Ricky in the NAL.
Yeah. He agrees. He will wear it on the show.
Oh,
so
what size is it?
Come on, Matt. We need your order. But we talked before pregame. We're on the field. We got here early. And I keep telling Rez, like, you guys were an NAL organization when you started.
We did.
Right off the bat. And you could tell the community here in Willing was very suspect earlier. Like, is this for real? Are we going actually? Is this the same ordeal? Like, oh, we're back and then leave. As the season progressed, the attendance has increased. Now you're in a championship game. The biggest attendance is projected to be here this week. And now you can feel like the community is like, we have our football team now.
Mm-hmm.
And going to the NAL, there's not really a lot of hostile environment. Sioux City's pretty hostile. Omaha with the Cowbells is hostile. Do you expect Willing to have that type of hostile environment here next year in the NAL?
I think there's going to be some friendly competition, but I think the Golden Scissors,
The
Golden Scissor Bowl.
I gotta get Negron on to do us in this. Yeah,
and,
Golden Shears.
Yeah.
Golden Shears or Golden Scissors, and
I said we need to send that to Great Clip, see if they'll sponsor it. I mean,
well, you never know.
True, exactly.
And I think Harrisburg is a good team. I think they have plenty of talent there too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be good competition all around.
It's going to be like I tell people in the NAL. Like, I get communications, DMs from fans. Like, Willing's all by themselves. I was like, Willing's all by themselves, but the off season's full of drama. There's always in the indoor community. There's always movement. So we don't know what's coming to the East Coast. Very positive on a lot of things. Very positive.
Well, it's rumorville right now.
Yeah. Everything's rumor.
But it is close. It makes sense. So maybe if things work out, then I can't.
And I'll love to have a team down in Florida or in Georgia where I can make the drive or even make a trip up to Greensboro from time to time.
Sure.
Because the NL has gotten bad rap over the years, and I've stuck side beside him for 3 years. The people behind the scenes that do so much work, and now you see the vision of the league. Actually, you witnessed the vision. I've seen the vision for a couple years now. And I'm like, give this league a chance, and we can compete with the IFL here. And within 2 to 3 years, we can be neck to neck with the IFL. And IFL they know what they're doing.
Sure.
They have 16 teams, and they're perfectly run. The Sharks, you sponsor them. They're in that league, and I know the things behind the scenes that the IFL does, and the NAL is getting there. They're led by a great commissioner, Todd Walkenhorst. Ricky. I think Ricky's trying to get expansion teams or run for political office. I don't know what he's doing yet.
Or both.
Probably both. I think he was trying to get the electoral votes here in West Virginia, so he has Nebraska and West Virginia.
I vote for him.
Ricky's a cool dude. Omaha's a great organization. There are organizations in the NAL that how we ended the season, you could tell the commitment to the league was stronger because the teams are like, we know we had some problems early, but they finished the season, had one of the best entertaining championship games ever. And I don't know when the conversation started with you in NAL, but did you witness the championship game with Sioux City in Omaha a couple weeks ago?
I did watch it online.
It's an entertaining game.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think it would come down to that. I thought, it would be a little more dominant from the
I tell Matt all the time, I'm like, Sioux City was a field goal, an extra point away of winning it. They had a chance to win. He goes, whoa, Omaha fan, of course, but I had to be one of the best games I've seen all year.
They do an amazing job, but give hats off to everybody involved in that,
and you have owners meetings late in July.
Yep.
So again, follow Inside the Walls podcast. We'll give you updates of what the NAL does, especially in the owners meetings, because you don't know what happens in the league, rule changes, whatever.
Sure.
More members, because we do have 1+1. Willing's making the trip. But first thing I want to say, Chris, why Willing? You're from Jacksonville. You sponsor the Icemen. You sponsor the Sharks.
I do.
And now you're here. You're doing a great job. I love this venue. It's big enough. It's not too big because we've witnessed on a lot of these sport in this industry, these teams playing in massive arenas, and it doesn't look like, if you're watching the game tonight, folks, 3,000 people in here will make it look like this is sold out. And we got Let's Go Barbie playing in the background. Oh, now that we got Rickroll too.
The hits just keep coming.
And they're dancing.
Yeah. Everybody else in the owner's box just hanging out, man. I mean, this is.
But that's the NAL's next year. You got a championship win tonight. How confident are you tonight in the championship?
I have to be confident. I mean, just the players all season long, their dedication, and this is the best team. You know, I think Rez has mentioned how easygoing and how respectful this team is.
Yeah.
And if I could get 60-70% of this team back next season, you know, we're going to do some
You're going to make
damage.
noise next year.
Yeah.
And Rez has even admitted that the NAL undefeated is pretty hard. But Omaha just did it, so
yeah,
it's possible.
Yeah.
But I just can't believe we're getting rickrolled on the podcast today. That's pretty cool.
But, you know, you got to remember, you know, for the Cobras, you know, the connection and everything.
Yeah.
And I think
The golden shear. We got to call Kane and Brandon Negron. It's like, hey, we got to get this, because these both coaches.
We mentioned it. Well, that's the thing. We've talked to both owners now.
Correct.
And we've thrown it out there.
I'm just going to say, because every time we're doing the coaches show, Rez, Negron comes on, it's like, get a haircut. And every time Negron's on Inside the Walls, Coach Rez is on, it's like, you get a haircut. So it's back and forth. So the Golden Shears Bowl would be pretty cool. And plus, we need rivalries in the NAL. We have Sioux City in Omaha. That's theirs. Been around for 25 years. We need one here. And I think the connection with Rez, because there's good people in Carolina that love Rez. So I think that'd be I can start. That'd be like an epic WWE feud.
Yeah, absolutely.
The arch nemesis returns or something like that. But I can make that trip to Greensboro next year. That's not a bad drive for me.
You know, the Cobras are well coached. You know,
yeah.
They got some talent. It's not going to be a easy thing. You know, going over there to whip up on them. But just remember, miners have been killing snakes in mines forever.
Well, there you go. Yeah. There it is.
Shots fired.
Hey, there it is.
Everyone's getting strays now. We were getting strays this week, and now Chris is throwing strays. Chris, we got to wrap up the show because the boys are about to come out here, and the music is going to get 10 times louder when the miners come here.
Yep.
I want to say thank you for bringing me up here. Everything you've done so far for me has been truly a blessing. I'm looking forward to continuing the shows. I'm looking forward to covering you next year. And, yeah, let's do a little rub. We did the rub that last night. It'd be awesome to come here to Willing next year to host the NAL championship.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be awesome.
We'll do our best, trust me. That's our goal. Every team's goal, but that's our goal. And,
Chris, well, we're in the VIP section, and then I know we're about to get ready for the boys to come out. Again, I can't thank you enough. I really appreciate this. This is awesome. And I look forward to continuing our relationship. Of course, we're Duval guys. We're from Duval County. We ride together. Bad boys for life, really. Well, that's kind of Miami, not Duval.
Yeah, well, same thing. Yeah.
But with that, Chris, appreciate it. We're going to wrap up the show and go win us a title.
I'm going to do my best, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, it was Chris Duffy. We had Grant Russell. We had Mason. We had your partner in crime, Chris.
Yeah, an action-packed show.
Yeah. Sorry for about the 10-minute delay.
Yeah, we were trying to decide where we were going to do that.
And Rez did pop in, but he does so much for this organization. You don't understand. He does everything.
He was finishing his mixtape.
So when is he dropping it? Is he going to drop it at the end of the game? Is it like Houdini?
Yeah.
Okay. Guess who's back again? Rez is back. Tell a friend. But again, I would just want to say, Matt, I know we talked earlier this morning. Keep him and his family and himself in your prayers, people. Matt's going through a little tough time right now. He'll be back stronger than ever in the next episode. We will have an episode this week of Inside the Walls podcast. Unfortunately, I won't be here in Willing. We'll be in the 3 separate locations, Omaha, Willing, and Jacksonville. But stay tuned for an action-packed episode, multiple interviews coming up this week on Inside the Walls podcast, the official podcast of the National Arena League. And before I end the show, I have to say this: win, lose, or draw, at least we don't win a championship in the mall. And we're here in WesBanco Arena. If you're here watching the Miners, and if you're out in the crowd and you want to come visit me, I'm easygoing. I'm not signing any autographs. I'm not that popular. But if you say his name, he shall appear. Any final words there, Jeff? Because you got to go upstairs.
Yeah, I got to go get ready, get on the field here, get with the team. I'm excited. I mean, this will be – I was here in 19 for the championship, but I was running the chain, so I was on the field. But I get to actually get in the thick of the action this time and call the game. Hoping for a good game. Just excited for this, excited for the city, and glad to have arena football back in Wheeling. It's just a great thing and great to be a part of it.
Yeah. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, please tune in tonight, 7:05 on YouTube. The Wheeling Miners host the Peach State Cats. For the NAL people, Peach State played Carolina a couple times, I think earlier in the year. And I want to say another NAL team that may not, maybe not, but you might recognize some names on the Peach State Cats team. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, this has been special edition, not really an episode of Inside the Walls podcast. And I kind of messed up early in the show because, hey, what's not an Inside the Walls production without some gym mess up? Because that's what I do. I appreciate Jeff. Appreciate Chris. Appreciate the guys here in Wheeling. Tune in the show. Tune into the game and watch some great action. This is Inside the Walls podcast. We'll see you guys later this week.